Okay, this is for Candice, who is a member in my paid membership Woven Wrap Guild, working on torso front carry. So we're just going to call it a torso carry. This is about tightening and keeping tension. Now, I was wearing this fuzzy sweater. I decided to go ahead and do this video wrapping over the sweater because it's winter and a lot of you might be in fuzzy sweaters. But some fabrics are going to be harder to tighten over. Just because the friction is more than over like a t-shirt or whatever. So it's worth keeping in mind that what you're wearing can actually make a difference. And while I don't know that that's what Candice was running into, I just wanted to mention that because it is winter and you might be running into some trouble and not knowing why, and it could be what you're wearing. So one, you can look at what clothes you're wearing and figure out that some of them, the wrap wants to slide across better than others, and you can just opt for those, or when you're going to wrap, you can opt for those. But the other thing you can do if you do have a grippy wrap or grippy clothes is when you're tightening, lift it back off the clothes more, like instead of pulling up with it rubbing across my back and shoulder, I could lift it way off my back and shoulder to tighten more so it's not rubbing against so much of your clothes. So hopefully, I've not tried wrapping over this sweater before, but I think it's going to be okay. And hopefully it will help me illustrate that for those of you who are running into fuzzy sweater or grippy material phenomenon. So that's a little bonus. So this video is about tightening and keeping the tension in a torso carry and also how to wrap over something grippier. Okay, I have this set up like a front wrap cross carry. So if you know that carry, that's where I'm at now. This is a short wrap. It is base -1. If you have any questions about what that means, what your base size is, what base -1 is all about, let me know in the comments and I will answer your questions. You can do a torso carry with a shorter wrap than this also, but this is the one I had handy. By the way, it is beautiful because it's my beautiful Sherwood wrap. It not only has this it not only has this gorgeous autumnal gradation. I can use words good. But when you get close to it, you see the colors in the beautiful weave are really just gorgeous together, and it really gives it like some, okay, my internet connection may not be too good. It looked like it was trying to reconnect for a minute. But anyway, the weave, gorgeous, gives it elegant depth, and now we're going to do our torso carry. I'm going to pick my baby up, put her in here. I don't want to get into all the different techniques and tips I can give that would apply to this or front wrap cross carry. If you have questions about anything specific, let me know. But I mainly want to make this a very quick 5-minute video, hopefully, if I haven't already gone over, just showing what Candice is running into, what she can do that might help. So I got baby positioned. So I can start this like a front wrap cross carry, tightening across my back and over my shoulder. And for those keeping track, it does seem to be tightening across my sweater all right. But again, you never want to tighten by pulling down. That's going to be very hard to move any of the slack around if you do that. Pulling forward is slightly better, but it's not better enough. You really need to pull up and even back. So that's true whether your material is grippy or not, but it's going to make even more of a difference if you have a fuzzy sweater or grippy material that your wrap doesn't want to slide across. Okay, once I have baby pretty secure, so that I can hold on to the ends and not hold on to my baby, and my baby doesn't sag or droop, or even if I lean forward, her chest doesn't come away from my chest at all, then I'm feeling pretty good about that. So this is where I would continue front wrap cross carry, but for torso carry, we're going to move these under my arms rather than coming over my shoulders. So I'm going to put one between my knees. I'm going to take this and use my other hand and turn, this is my left shoulder. So I'm going to take my left hand and put my palm outward. That's going to be the best way to bring it down. That helps you keep the tension. Okay. And then once I do that, I can take this out from between my knees and I can hop and pull upward on this one, outward on that one. That's called an L pull, and that'll help to retighten everything up. And then I can do the same with the other one. So I'm going to stick that between my knees, holding it as tight as I can, or I can hold it with my hand, which will hold it tighter than your knees. And I'm going to try to move this down. My hand that's holding this one, also going to grab that one, so I can take my right hand, face it palm outward to grab that and move it down. Okay, and now I'm going to hop and tug on both of them outward, straight out. And that's going to help retighten up the slack the tension I lost, which let slack back into it when I moved it under my arm. Hope that makes sense. Now, if you are doing some careful strand by strand tightening where you're going through the wrap like this, that is very good and helpful to do. The only thing that's keeping your baby up in a torso carry is the tightening. So it is good to do, but try not to take longer than you need to, because your baby's movement and wiggling and impatience are working against you. So I want you to get the most out of your tightening and not take it so far that it actually, you're taking steps backward and it's getting looser because your baby's wiggling and kicking more. So go ahead and strand by strand, but just, let's see, we'll start at the top. We'll hop and pull. We'll go a few inches down and hop and pull, and hop and pull, hop and pull, and hop and pull. And then if I find somewhere during this process, oh, hi Siobhan, I just saw you on the list. It says it's, okay, my internet keeps going out. Siobhan was just on my, she's in Woven Wrap Guild, so she was just on my live video I was doing in there. And now she's on this one. So it's nice to see you all over the internet, Siobhan. Okay, so as you're doing all this tightening, if you find that your baby's starting to droop and you need to hike baby up, then when you do that, I would hold on to baby with one hand. I've just hiked baby up. And with the other hand, I'm going to pull that side of the wrap out. I'm going to hop and tighten. And then the other side, hop and tighten. And then both together, hop and tighten. So if you need to, if you're ever moving your baby higher in your carry, you then need to tighten around that new higher position right away. Otherwise, it won't keep. They're able to sag back down. Hi, Siobhan. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. And then I wanted to talk about tying the knot. When you do have it as good as you want it and you're going to tie the knot, what you can do, and actually Candice looked like she had pretty good technique what she was doing, but I'm going to hold both of these. I'm going to give one of them to the other hand, so I'm holding both. I'm pulling outward away from me so that I'm holding it tight the whole time. And then you can reach down in between, and this one's coming over, so I reach down in between and I pull that one up, and I'm still pulling this whole thing away from my body that way. I'm trying to make it so you can tell what I'm doing on the video. And then I can grab that end. So now I've got a single knot here, grab that end, still pulling away from my body, and then I can tighten it up. So I never let go of the tension. So that's important for not losing tension there. What I wanted to suggest to Candice is that additionally at this stage, when I've done the single knot, I don't want to leave a single knot too long, especially if my baby's kicking and wiggling. But once I've done the single knot, I can look and see if I have any slack I need to get out. And I can work it around, and you can work it through the single knot. So if I find there's slack in the top rail, that's my olive rail here on the Sherwood wrap. And I can work it around my back, can work it, find it again here and pull that slack forward here. And then if you have a gradation or a striped wrap with different colors going through it, that'll help you here, because it's easy to find my olive end in either one of these tails coming out of the knot. Let's see if I can point this down a little and not stand on my tippy toes. It's easy to find that olive end. If this was, say, a solid green wrap, this would not be as easy. It's because once it's through the knot, it's hard to tell which edge is which or which side is which. But I found that olive here, and I'm going to find it also here. And if you find the same strand on both tails, you can pull it through, and that'll suck that slack right through the knot. So that's tightening through the knot. But then even if it wasn't an edge, if it was like there was slack, say in this the yellower color, I can find the shade of slack that I found on my baby, find it down here on both sides, the same shade. Oops. So I'm looking for, it's not really in the greens anymore, it's just past the greens. That looks about the same, and then I can pull that through. So that is what you will hear people recommending for new wrappers. It's nice to have a gradation or a rainbow or something like that. That is why, and it's actually nice whether you're a new wrapper or, forgive me, an old wrapper. Not calling you old, let's say an experienced wrapper. So that's what I wanted to suggest, is that you can do some tightening through that single knot, and then once you find that it's all good, that you don't seem to have slack anywhere, then you can, let's Let's give that one more pull on that single knot and we'll go ahead and tie the double knot. So, I don't know that I got through that in 5 minutes, but I hope it was helpful anyway. One, be careful of the fuzzy, grippy material, which may be more likely in winter to be worn. And make sure if you are wrapping around that, you hold the wrap back off the material when you're tightening as much as you can, which is also good to do with any material. It just makes a bigger difference with grippy material. 2, I showed you how to take it from over your shoulders to under while not losing too much slack, and then tighten it up once you've done that on each side. And if you need to hike your baby up during the process, how you tighten around that hiked up position before you go on, and then tie a single knot, tighten through the single knot before you tie your double knot. So there was a handful of techniques there that should help you be able to tighten effectively around your baby so that you can have a torso carry that you wear for an hour and baby is still in this exact same position and not wanting to fall off you. Siobhan says, I've been wanting to have another go at front torso carries recently, especially after seeing the torso double hammock variation from the deep dive. She's referring to in Woven Wrap Guild, we do a deep dive on a certain carry, and we just did a whole bunch of, we did double hammock carry, which means a whole bunch of variations because double hammock carry has so many fun variations. And one of them was torso double hammock carry, which is a back carry that's a torso carry with no wrap over your shoulders. I always find the more I tighten, it just pulls the wraps lower on my back towards my waist / the narrowest bit of my torso. I might have better technique now anyway if I try again. Maybe I need to use a thicker, grippier wrap too. That is totally all worth trying, Siobhan. See what the difference is and which wrap works better for that carry. I also wonder if you ever saw the carry clinic I did on front torso carry, where I showed a different way to cross the wrap behind you, so it's not exactly like front wrap cross carry when you begin. That may help. It keeps one end lower than the other end, but it makes it so that my internet keeps going out, so I have to stop and wait for it to reconnect. Anyway, in that video, I showed a different way you could cross it on your back that might make a difference, so I'll see if I can find that and give you the link. All right, that is front torso carry, really just focusing on the tightening, so if there's anything else you needed help with regarding it or had questions about, let me know. And until the next one, happy wrapping, and happy weekend. Have fun with your family. Bye.